what I went with.
There we go. All right, we are recording now.
Let's see. Interresidential. I went with Ms. Olander's Orphanage for Children Who Can't Read Good and Want to Learn to Do Other Stuff Good Too.
Oh, I forgot the email client. Dagnabbit, no.
You should come up with an acronym for it and
wait.
then just use the acronym, even if it doesn't make sense. Although saying that every time would be funny.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at it, and I don't think there's a viable acronym. Currently, I'm at Muak.
Which means in Orcish,
The zoo.
exactly.
You should have an orc somewhere nearby. Go, what the fuck did you say?
Hey, it's the VGBit BitCast. It is, what is today? Holy crap, I forgot. It was June
Ninth.
9th?
Saturday.
Well, yes, it's Saturday, but golly, I've already screwed up the date.
Good job.
Second episode back, and I'm messing up just like I did in February. It is good to be home, guys.
That's right. Right back in the saddle.
Yeah, it's June 9th. It is Saturday, and it is coming up on E3, guys. Are you excited? I'm excited. Nobody else.
Really.
I am excited. Yeah,
Nobody else.
I've never watched one before, so
we should watch one together.
It's we're a video game podcast, and nobody cares about E3.
I do.
I do. You know, it's announcing all these great things, and then we'll drop half of them, and then everyone will forget about some of them, and
That's Microsoft. Microsoft will drop everything. This is 2015 all over again. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's E3 week, and we've got some very interesting things that are be coming up very soon, and some very terrible things that are looking like that are going to be coming up soon. So, I digress.
yay, E3! Woo!
Yay.
Is that the excitement you were looking for?
Well, it's video games. People love video games.
I'm very excited about video games, but I feel like news conferences they don't do video games justice anymore. Like, there's a select few people that I follow, like on Twitter and other social media, that I follow what they say about video games, and even then, it's very limited. So I don't know, a lot of disappointment.
Okay, then let's go down this rabbit hole right here since you've opened one up.
Come with me, Alice.
All right, here I come. Okay, so E3 then. It has kind of shifted its perspective more or less as a news conference to more of a public-facing, everybody gets to come to E3 and see all the things that are out there and available now. Mainly because it's trying to survive because of what you see with PAX and Tokyo Game Show and what's the other one in Germany? I don't remember what the other one is, but they're trying to make a change so they actually have more people come in. So, well, they're pulling revenue, which tickets to. Have you seen what tickets to E3 cost?
crazy
Gamescom?
expensive.
Gamescom, thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like $200 for a ticket to E3.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
that's
lines.
terrible.
You can wait in line for like 8 hours to play one game.
Mm-mm. I won't do that at an amusement park. I won't do it at a convention.
There is no fast pass for E3.
PAX South
That's-
2017, I did not wait in line for the Switch. I was like, I'll play it some other time.
That's why, like, E3 is something I'll never go to, but I will. Like, well, if I ever do decide to go to an E3, it'll just be to go to like one of the conferences. I won't be waiting in line for anything, you know.
Yeah, because now
Like I'll go to the Sony show,
Yeah.
the Microsoft show or something, you know.
Yeah, because all the big name consoles, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, they do a direct, but all of them, and then big publishers like EA and even Bethesda, they all pulled themselves out of EA, and they have their shows right up before EA start or the E3 starts in the weekend. So like Thursday, Friday, they have all their shows and stuff that go on. So you get all the announcements earlier in the week, and then from the weekend you have everybody else's leftovers, which is interesting. But then again, that's probably why E3 is probably making a change so they can survive, because they have people pulling out of their show.
Yeah. There's a little bit of entertainment value in some of the crappy shows that they do sometimes. like a couple of years in the past, like Ubisoft has had some like what the hell am I watching? Or Squaresoft, Square Enix will have some weird show that you're just like, what is going on? Those are super fun to watch.
Or you have instances where what's his name? What is the director of Nier Automata?
Oh, that guy. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of when I mentioned the Square Enix.
When he walked out with that big face on top of his head.
Yeah.
I want to say Kojima, but I feel like that's not right.
It's not Kojima. It's Sakamoto. Hold on one second.
Taro Yoko?
That may be it.
That's the director of Nier Automata.
I think that's it then. Well, no, hold on.
I got this.
Yeah, that's him.
Just on YouTube, look up Nier Automata.
Yoko Taro. Yeah.
On E3 or something.
Yeah.
And you'll see exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, that gigantic moon face.
Yeah, and was he quiet the entire time? It was really awkward. He was just kind of standing there.
It was
a giant thing covering his face. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I digress.
Like I said, entertainment value.
I think that's to be expected from the Asian company, the Japanese companies, Chinese companies that put on these sorts of things. Their culture being so vastly different, this is the way that they advertise, and it's very effective.
I would agree. I mean, it caught my attention.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it is about their culture when it meets our culture that we just go bananas over it, but we do.
It's something different other than what we have to see, because, I mean, take a look at what we see every day on television and such. It's boring and...
Insert image of the new Thundercats cartoon.
No, stop. Just stop.
Wait a minute.
Oh, good.
No.
You haven't heard about
that? For that.
Whoa,
Daniel, don't. You're going to be so upset.
Hold on one second. www.google.
Stop you. Stop it. Stop it.
Go Google. Thundercats.
I hope it's as good as
cartoon.
the reboot.
I haven't watched that yet. Was that actually any good? It's called Thundercats Roar. Thundercats Roar.
Thundercats Roar.
Thundercats roar!
What am
That's why I would turn it off right away. It's like,
I told you not to look at it.
What is this?
Yep.
No, this can't be it.
Yep.
No.
Uh-huh.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, Cody! Why did you bring this up?
I'm sorry.
Hold on, work with me.
World needs to know.
Work with me here.
Oh, no.
There you go.
Oh wait, wrong side.
There you go.
What is this? You've got to be kidding me.
Oh no.
I want to say
you
Teen
haven't seen it
Titans
either,
Go.
Lucid? Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Thundercats Go.
Teen Titans Go. It's like, oh my god. Yeah, it's... I don't know what to think.
This is the fucking assault on everything that was good from the 80s.
I know, right?
If it is
This
anything
sounds
like
disgusting.
Teen Titans Go, I will be very disappointed.
I'm already disappointed. Just looking at Lino. What is going on here,
Okay.
man?
I'm going to say something. Don't take it the wrong way, okay?
Looks like Steven Universe.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's the same animation style as Steven Universe.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
They
They should be ashamed.
I mean,
That is not like Steven Universe.
Kind
I'm
of.
just saying.
It's got the bubbly
That art
character
style,
faces.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not trying to shoot down Steven Universe. I'm saying Steven Universe has its own style. It works great for it. Thundercats Roar should not be using this. This doesn't make sense.
That style does not work with. When you think Thundercats, that's not what comes to mind.
You don't think bubbly
At all.
No,
cartoon
big goofy
characters.
grins and big ass eyeballs. No, this is disgusting.
Look at what's, oh golly, what the heck is that? Was that Lion-O that you're talking
That was
about?
Lion-O, yeah.
Where his face is like half split open and it's like Hold on, or is that what's that Nerf?
Good
Narf,
try,
Narf.
GJ.
Dang it!
I like that.
Hold on.
That's the new art style that they're apparently going with a lot of Cartoon Network shows. I mean, you see it in stuff like Adventures of
OKKO.
Gumball, OKKO.
Yeah, that's a show that's that looks a lot like that right now. It's called OKKO. But I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes of OKKO, and it's actually good, and it works for it. But that still doesn't work with Thundercats.
Yeah.
Okay, who is this? Who is this character? This is annoying me. Okay, is anybody looking at the Thundercats Roar poster that they have on IMDb?
No, I refuse to.
Oh, you need to tell me who this character is because
All right, hold on. I'll bring it up.
It's next to a guy getting punched with his tongue out. He's like, bah. I don't know who this character is, but it is terrifying to see its face split in half like this.
There's also rumors that they will be coming out with a new Ed, Edd and Eddy series in a similar art style.
No!
Oh, come
Yep.
on.
God!
Oh, that's what? No. Please, God, no. Please stop doing this to good shows.
Now that's a rumor. I don't think that's been actually confirmed yet.
That
This
shouldn't even be a rumor. Someone who made this should be ashamed of themselves. They look like babies.
this makes sense. See, I was trying to understand why earlier. How somebody was posting on social media to Cartoon Network. It says, "Quit ruining my childhood, you SOBs," and such and such and such. This is starting to make sense now. I see what they're doing.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't tell who anybody is in this
I
fucking.
don't know, but do you see the one that I'm talking about? You see the guy with the white beard who's getting his face punched?
Yeah, he's getting his
Okay,
face punched
the
in,
one
yeah.
to the left with it's like a cat character, dragon cat character with half of his face is just like
I see it.
it's
yeah,
creeping me out.
I don't.
It's weird.
I'm done. This is gonna give me nightmares.
All right,
Close it.
Okay.
all right. Well,
According to an article I found on a very quick Google search by Lad Bible, posted 19 days ago, the Ed, Edd and Eddy remake will not happen according to the creator.
hopefully he shot that down fast.
Fuck.
Here's the thing, and I think it's like Cartoon Network remembers all these shows that were really popular, and they're like, we don't have anything good. And then they see a new team, and they're like, hey, you guys want to make a show for today's kids based on shows that were popular for, in the early 2000s and late 90s. They're like, yeah, that'll be great. And then they do this fucking tragedy to them.
They need to stop. They have some good shows. Steven Universe is a good show. OKKO, what I've seen of it, I actually like.
Yeah.
But they need to stop with the reboots and stuff.
You don't even need to do a reboot. It's an animated show. I get you're just using the name, but you don't need to. You can just draw new characters. They're going to be in different situations. Even if you just use new characters, put them in the old situations, we're not going to notice because we're not watching that stupid show.
Yeah.
Speaking of reboots, like, there's been even more announcements of, like, even just movies being rebooted or, like, a continuation of the story.
That's
Like,
not surprising.
now they have a new Halloween coming out.
What?
Yeah.
With
I saw
the
that.
original actor. With the original actor, she's trying to kill Michael Myers for good. Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
And
She's in a
and
power scooter.
they're
She can't get
reboot.
around real good.
What?
No. That being said, that I'm not excited about the Halloween movie or whatever. She looks like she can kick ass in the movie. She looks pretty cool. Jamie Lee Curtis is still cool.
Always looks great.
Jamie Lee Curtis is still cool, but like aside from that, they also have another reboot of The Predator, just called The Predator.
Awesome.
But
Why?
That sounds like a movie about some pedophile preying on kids.
No, it's
Chris
just
Hansen
called.
is the predator.
It's an.
You have a
No,
seat
the
over
predator
here, please?
comes in, and then Chris Hansen comes in and goes, "Hi, how are you doing today?"
Have a seat.
And the
Have a seat
predator
over
turns
here.
around.
3 little laser lights appear on Chris Hansen's forehead.
He's like, "So, you thought you'd just come over?" No, I just stop with the reboots. They're not working.
We'll probably
Just
get a Matrix.
stick with reruns.
We're gonna get a
You know what
Matrix
needs to be
reboot
rebooted?
soon.
I think a reboot of Labyrinth would be perfect.
Well, but where would David Bowie
movies?
fit in? Who would you replace David
I
Bowie
think
in the
he's
Labyrinth?
trolling you.
Justin Bieber would be a really good.
What?
replacement.
He's trolling you.
No, oh no. See, he
I
brought this
thought
up.
it would be-
I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole with him on this one. No.
See,
No. You can't do Justin Bieber.
Oh man, I kind of want that now. Yeah. No, I don't want that. That would ruin everything.
That would
I
kill.
wouldn't be able to wear. I wouldn't be able to wear my Labyrinth shirt anymore. They'd be like, Justin Bieber, like this is Bowie. Shut up.
of all reboots lately, the worst one by far was of Reboot, The Guardian Code.
Yeah.
That show sucked.
Where they looked like a bunch of Power Rangers.
Where's the Power
Yeah,
Rangers?
and
Speaking of reboots, or speaking of Power Rangers, I watched the movie finally,
Oh yeah.
and it's pretty good.
It's
I mean,
okay.
it's not like I'm not gonna say, hey, this is the best movie to come out of whatever year that come out of, but it's a solid Power Rangers movie. A lot of homages to Power Rangers. The acting isn't too bad. The fighting is still super campy. It's I think it's a solid movie.
I liked it. It was a little darker, a little grittier, kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
I mean, it's about as dark and gritty as you can get, but still staying kid friendly.
Yeah.
I think the last Power Rangers movie I saw was the 3D one on VHS.
the last Power Rangers movie I saw was with Ivan Ooze.
Oh yeah, I think this is the last one I watched too.
That's the last one
Michael,
I saw.
I think that was the one we saw.
We went to the theaters to watch that one.
I think that was the first one.
I remember that one.
Wasn't the one with Ivan
That was
Ooze
a
where
good
they
one.
turned into Turbo? The one where they had
No,
the
that
cars?
was the
No,
second one.
no.
No, was it?
I think
Well,
Yeah,
what did
well,
they get?
no.
What did they get when they fought Ooze? I don't remember what they got.
I don't remember. I honestly barely remember that movie. I just remember the ooze.
I don't remember them getting anything. All I know is I was like, "Oh, the White Ranger is so cool!"
Tommy.
That actor though, the actor that played Tommy, he's still awesome. He's badass.
Jason David Frank, he's pretty.
Yeah,
dope.
he's awesome.
He's a MMA fighter. Last time
He is. Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah,
He's
I remember
kicked
that
butt.
dude.
Yeah, he's kicked
Yeah.
butt. He did like there was like a little fan creation of like Jason of like not Jason. What I was saying, Jason of like the Green Ranger versus somebody. It was like a little fan made movie,
Yeah.
and he actually came in to play the Green Ranger in that.
Yeah, I
and it was
remember that.
super
I
cool.
remember that.
Yeah, I forget who he was fighting, but
Yeah.
it was pretty cool. Anyway,
For the
That
rest
This
one
show's
beat him
about
in a
video
dark
games.
alley.
Oh no! See,
suddenly
we've
the movie
we've
podcast.
detracted hard from E3, and we're on this.
yeah. We
By
did.
the way, the Zords that they got, the new ones in the movie, Ninja Zords.
Huh.
That is when those arrived.
Power Rangers Ninjago.
I think this also
Ninja.
goes to show how interesting E3 actually is.
Yeah, it's pretty boring. Let's talk about Power Rangers and Super Sentai because
Yeah.
it was
Sentai, the town in my city, or my world.
Town in your
Are we,
city.
Yeah,
are
the
we
town in
supposed
my
to
city.
talk about that on this show? Isn't that like adult radio? Oh wait, no, that's sorry.
Close, kid. Very
You're
close.
thinking Super Senpai.
That's that one about the animated characters that just scream all episode, right?
Sure.
With like the tentacles or something.
that one, yeah, that's the
And the balls with stars on them.
one.
Yes.
Big
The
balls.
balls, stars on it. the balls with stars in them that can grant
I
life.
want to call an audible before this gets too far.
All right,
Yeah, okay.
all
Let's
right.
talk.
Hold on, let me turn this boat around here and let's go back to E3. All right. So how about let's kick things off. We've digressed quite a bit enough. Let's talk about what we've been playing this week, guys. Anybody who wants to start?
Good.
Who wants to start? Kick off the week with what they've been playing and what they've been doing.
I will. And because I was so mean to it last week, because I hadn't given it a fair shake, Oh, good. You can't see that at all.
I can't
Come on,
see that
camera.
at all.
You got-
Oh, was that Pokemon Quest?
Oh no!
He's done it. He's fallen for it.
No, now here's the thing. I was mad at the game and I picked it up
No.
because calm down. I'm not gonna say anything good about this game.
Wrong side here.
So I picked it up mostly because I was bored, and
Yeah, that's how they get you.
Yeah.
it is. And here's the thing: it's not a good game.
Surprise!
It's not fun. It's boring. If you like to do nothing but still feel like you're playing a video game, boom, this is right up your alley. But it's not a good game. There's nothing to do. Like you do your combat. You pick 3 Pokemon, you sit them out there, you hit autoplay, and then you sit it down and read it. And I look over, I'm like, cool, we won. And I start the next expedition. I'm like, oh no, we lost. Go back, reset the team, start the next expedition. It's pointless. It's not a good game. It's not fun. But after that, I started playing what's that game? You know what I'm thinking of? You could do it. Fire Emblem Warriors.
Oh.
That's what it is.
I wasn't thinking anything like that.
No,
Nope.
not
following
even
that.
close.
Far
But
from
I've been
it.
playing Fire Emblem Warriors, and that's pretty fun. Also, I finally bought a Pro Controller for my Switch.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
opinions on the Pro Controller versus your broken shoulder button on your Switch.
well, I was gonna say I modded my Switch so it has a clear case, and if you want to do this, there's a channel, Jerry Rig Everything. Just look for that. He's got a nice build video on it.
I watched him
But-
just recently.
Great dude. I love his videos. If you plan on doing this, set aside a solid 3 hours, maybe more, maybe less. It took me 2 hours to do one controller.
Dang.
But I did it, and the left controller works great. The case is the main body's fine. Then the right controller, I over tightened the screw or something, so now the right shoulder button sticks, and I haven't been playing my Switch for that reason because I can't admit that I fucked up a controller.
You just need to buy a new controller now.
Yeah, so I was walking through Walmart and I was like, I'm gonna just grab this controller.
Pro
I've
controller
been
is a
playing
good
my
choice.
It's a great controller. I can't believe I didn't pick one up sooner.
Yeah, I've told you.
I know
this,
you
man.
told me. I was like, these are fine. This works great. You put them in the little controller holder and you're happy.
Yeah.
If you're sitting on waiting to get a Pro controller, I totally recommend getting one.
Okay. Anybody else have any experience with the Pro controller here? I mean, I know I have. Neither of you two. Well, that makes.
I don't own any new generation consoles.
Gross, why did we invite you here?
The
These
D&D.
work just fine for me for now. I don't
You
have
need
the
someone
Pro-
different.
We needed him for the D&D, TJ.
That's true. Yeah.
You needed me for the D&D to bring in a new perspective on things. I don't play or touch any of the things you guys have, so I got to bring in that outside
There you go.
variety.
No,
and
you're just so damn handsome.
No.
Okay, so here's my question for you, TJ.
Sure.
Of the 3 major consoles, the PlayStation 4, because I know you've touched a PS4 controller,
Yeah.
an Xbox One controller, and the Switch's Pro controller, which do you like best?
Man, that's kind of tough.
Putting you on the spot.
Yeah, I'm good. I know what you want me to say, but I'm probably going to say the Xbox One controller.
No, I would agree. The Xbox One is probably the best.
The thing is, the Pro controller is really solid. Like it feels,
Oh,
it
it's-
feels so much better than any Nintendo controller that I've held in the last several generations.
Decade?
Yeah. But it's a super good controller. Like I was sitting there and I was feeling, I was like, man, I could replace my Xbox One controller I use on PC. Because I mean, the shape feels really good. I think it fits in my hand a little bit better than the Xbox One controller. But I mean, they're both just. I put it on par. It's easily as good as the Xbox One controller.
I put it slightly below, just
Really?
ever so slightly, and that's because the damn button locations are flipped between Nintendo and Xbox, and it's annoying. You go from
Yeah,
one,
if
and then you go to
Nintendo
the
would
other.
let you. I have mine right here.
Program buttons. Yeah.
Yeah, because. Good God, I hate hitting A to accept stuff. Like it's supposed to be B, Nintendo. It's supposed to be the bottom one. It's frustrating.
That is the ultimate frustration for Nintendo.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I will put this below the Xbox One controller because there's no these
Triggers?
are just
Triggers.
like on-off buttons. The triggers don't have any like sort of scale to them. I forget what the word is.
Resistance?
Well, just
No.
you know how
They're not like triggers that
they're just on-off switches.
like analog triggers.
Right.
Gotcha. Yeah,
On-off.
I would say if I could have my ideal controller, it would have the bumper buttons of the PlayStation controller and everything else of the Xbox controller.
I'll tell you what my perfect controller is the Xbox One Elite controller
Yeah.
with the paddles on the bottom. That's such an
Ooh.
awesome
I was gonna
controller.
say you should just get an Elite controller, and then that probably
Yeah,
much
except
hit
it's
where you-
crazy expensive.
$150.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, like for me, I always break these. Playing Dark Souls, I immediately break my left bumper.
Oh yeah.
I have 2 controllers that are broken because of Dark Souls.
Dang.
I just have controllers that are broken because of Dark Souls. I'm just kidding. I suck at. I don't play Dark Souls.
Roll.
You should, it's a good game.
Roll.
As soon as it comes on the
roll.
Switch, I'll pick it up.
Praise the sun.
I think it
Roll.
is, isn't it?
Is it? I don't think it is yet.
The original Dark Souls should be out right now. Yeah.
Is it? Oh, I haven't looked that hard, honestly.
Yeah.
I might pick it up then.
Soul Switch. Oh no!
I'm praising the sun.
It was really.
I'm a Dark Souls player. I have to.
Praise the sun. It was delayed.
Yeah, yeah.
No surprise.
Well,
Because I was thinking about it the other day, and I was looking at it. I was like, oh no, I was thinking of Skyrim, which is out on the Switch.
When is this going to be released now?
Fallout 76.
No.
You sit down at a computer to take your test. The test is Skyrim.
You gotta play through Skyrim before you can play 76.
All right. So,
Cool. So,
anything else you've been playing, TJ?
nope, that's it.
That is it. Okay. Anybody want to go next?
I can do it.
Go ahead, Cody.
So I have been playing more not Rainbow Six, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. That's the one.
I'm depressed.
Yep.
I
Why?
want to play too. Because I haven't been home all week.
Oh, yeah. I've been playing it with Steven, getting all the guns. I don't know if you have them already or not, but the DLC is or was on sale for a little under $10 on the Ubisoft store.
I got the gold edition, so I think I do.
Oh, yeah, you've already got it then. But yeah, so I picked that up, and Steven and I were playing it a bit, and yeah, so that's what I've been playing. And then I've finished the city that I was building for my D&D campaign. I finished it.
Dun-dun.
And that was probably well over 40 hours worth of work, and I'm going to look into city generators from here on out
Sad.
because that was too much work.
You didn't
Yeah.
use my orphanarium.
No, I did not use your orphanarium. No,
Such a good
instead, it is a good name. I'll keep it in mind for the next city. But instead, I went with Ms. Ulander's Orphanage for Children Who Can't Read Good and Want to Learn to Do Other Stuff Good Too.
A much
Solid
better
Zoolander
choice.
reference.
Yeah. It's Ms. Zoolander.
Oh, I didn't even hear the name. I just blanked out on that part.
Yep, that's what it is. So I went through and I named a whole bunch of shops and stuff, and that's what I've been doing, is driving myself crazy coming up with names. So, yeah. Like, one of my apothecaries is called Blood, Bath, and Beyond.
Oh, nice. Solid name.
Yeah.
Although I am a fan of a lot of Michael's suggestions: Armor Shop, Magic Shop, Weapon Shop.
What is this, Final Fantasy?
Ooh. I'll save that for later. That's actually a neat idea. That could be fun.
I also have a tailor called The Old Vestment.
Old vestments.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Like that. Should have
but
called
other-
it Mabels and Sables.
Mables and Sables.
Oh.
Animal
Yeah.
Crossing reference.
My only experience is with the mobile one.
Right.
Ooh.
Really? You haven't played
Yeah.
any of them at all, other than the
Nope.
mobile?
He doesn't know what E3 is. He doesn't play Animal Crossing. What is he even on here for?
Honestly,
Somebody talks about tabletop games.
I've never had enough money to get all the games that I've wanted to growing up, so I got the games that I really wanted to play. Like with my DS Lite, I got the Mario Kart game, I got Final Fantasy 3, I got a Full Metal Alchemist game, and a few other smaller games like that. But Animal Crossing never really caught my eye when I was younger. And I actually have a copy now, as well as Spyro. So I just need to charge my DS and pop it in one day to play. I'll probably do that on the trip to PAX South 2019.
Woo!
Which we will be there, so everybody come to PAX South.
We will have business
Yeah.
cards. We'll hand them out.
I have to get new business cards.
I know. I've got to get mine.
I have to get a logo first.
Are you still rocking the basic Discord
Yeah,
avatar?
yeah, yeah. I've got my gray and white controller.
I always thought they were Mickey Mouse pants.
They do look like Mickey Mouse pants. I've actually got a buddy of mine who I've commissioned some artwork from, and he's redoing my my title cards on Twitch. And he offered to make me a profile picture as well, so that way I can finally have something on Discord.
Nice.
So we'll hopefully be seeing a cartoonish rendition of me that looks awesome. I'm super excited about him.
Very cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for me. How about you, Skid?
I haven't really been doing much since the last time we did a podcast. I guess just a tiny bit of WoW. I've slowed down on that, waiting for Battle for Azeroth expansion to come out.
There's a new expansion coming out?
There's an expansion coming out, yeah.
I did not
Because
know
the
this.
current expansion that's going on called Legion has already been out for a while now. So there's a new one coming out in August, I think.
That blows my mind that they're still
The new
putting
Call of
out
Duty release
expansions.
schedule.
There's that coming out, and then I did. This is an older game, but I installed it just to test it out a little bit because I was thinking about streaming it. I was playing a little bit of Middle Earth: Shadows of Mordor,
Oh,
Ah.
and that game I've never played it. Now, okay, I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this because I'd never read or watched any of the Lord of the Rings stuff.
really? You've never seen any of the movies?
I don't know anything about the world or the lore or anything like that.
Okay, this is interesting. Go ahead.
And I was like, well, I mean, I want to. I heard that this game was good, so I was gonna
It's very
install it, and stream it, and I played just a tiny bit of it to get the controls down and see if it was something that would run well. And so far, like, it's a really good freaking game.
Yeah, it's a great.
And I'm obviously I'm not sure exactly what exactly is going on in the story or anything like that, but the thing that made me want to get into like reading more or watching the movies and stuff is I watched Critical Role, the Shadows of Mordor D&D session that Matt Mercer had with some of the voice actors from the game, and I was like, this is great, I love this stuff. And they were role playing as like some of the Uruks, as what they're called, I think.
Urukai,
And,
I believe.
Maybe, yeah, I think so. I think they were basically. Now, I don't know much about it, but I know that at least a little bit that they were role playing as the bad guys,
Right.
against like I forget what it was called,
The Fellowship,
the
more or less.
white. yeah, one of them was like a character from the game that can like put his hand on their head and like turn them into their side. Forget what it's called. Not the White Walker, because that's freaking Game of Thrones. It's something. The
It's your,
Mind Mender or White Mender or something like that.
it's your main character in the game who can.
Main character's name is Talion.
Yeah, but he was there's a name for what they are. Like, I forget. Anyway, that interested me, and that made me want to get into more of that kind of thing. So I want to read about that and watch the movies and stuff like that.
The movies will take you forever to watch, but they are really.
Oh no, that's one reason why I haven't watched them, is because they take so much time, and I don't know why my camera flickers like that. I'm sorry for everybody who's annoyed by that. I don't know why my webcam just randomly flickers on and off. I don't know why.
Mine's doing that too, I think.
The only thing I come up with is a wraith. That's what they refer to him on the Wikipedia.
Well, he was a wraith. Well, technically, he is kind of part wraith in the game.
Yeah, he's bonded with the wraith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nevertheless.
Oh no, you were right. It was just Uruks. I think Uruk-hai was from the movies, and I guess the books. But
It's a very good game.
it is a very good game.
For what little tiny itty bitty bit I played just testing it, I think I'm going to enjoy the heck out of it. I'm going to try and stream that.
Oh, the Gravewalker.
Gravewalker, that's what it's called.
Should have looked at the aliases that they have listed on the side. They don't mention it all in the actual like description of him, but on the side they're like also known as.
Yeah, Gravewalkers is what it's called. In the D&D session, that's what it was. That's what they were up against. But
that's really cool.
there's a lot of things I'm interested in lately. You know, I want to get into more D&D stuff myself.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's just hard finding time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When you sit there and you start adding on a new interest and a new hobby, then things start. You're like, oh wait, I want to do all of this stuff, and then I can't.
Yeah, but I mean, that stuff I'm looking forward to. I played a little bit of Shadows of Mordor, and I can't think of anything else I've played. I think that's it. That's it for me. I haven't touched much since last time we talked. So
Okay. Well, for me, I haven't been playing any video games at all yet. I'm still more or less working on getting things situated. I probably need to go ahead and start breaking out my Switch and start taking advantage of the mobility of the Switch.
Yeah.
Truth be told, but I've still been playing more HQ. Hooray! That's about the only video game-esque thing, and it's more or less trivia because
He's becoming a casual gamer.
I am. I am becoming a casual gamer. I can't help it. Sorry, I've been getting a text message from someone that needed some attention, and I don't want to give this person attention. It sounds all awkward, but it was the realtor who got me into my new place.
I was gonna guess it was Charlotte the dog.
No.
It was Charlotte, right?
It was Charlotte, yes.
Okay, cool.
Charlotte is a good dog. Very good dog.
Very good dog.
But
we need to get you into Sea of Thieves before the
no.
Next update.
Not before the next update. There was a limit on how long the quest was available to get some special features. You get scars, shark tooth scars, and you get the shark figurehead for your ship. After that, the Megalodon, apparently, this is what I've read, becomes a roaming boss like the Kraken. So you can still do the drum and the megalophone, but you have a certain time frame on the actual quest itself. And I can't find where it says that it ends.
Oh no!
Well, I need to get on that too.
Yeah,
I haven't played.
All right, we need to figure out a very soonish time to be able to do that. That's for sure. I don't want to miss out on that. And since you brought up Sea of Thieves, and because I am lousy with, I I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm super stoked about it, and just because I got my hat.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have my
Got your
hat.
pirate hat.
I have
Where
a
is it?
pirate
That thing
hat.
is sexy.
I have to go get it.
Yeah, go get it.
All right.
Let's take a break.
I will be right back with a pirate hat and uncomfortable headphones in just a second. Boo. And we're back. And I have a new hat. It is
Sexy hat.
leathery goodness. I'm a pirate. It's okay. It matches my jacket. Nonetheless, I think I left off where what I have been playing, and I haven't really been playing anything just because of life and reassessing and rebuilding everything. So eventually I will play the Switch, which I think I will probably need to break out. Because it sounds
Update
like
your stuff, man.
Oh man, can you imagine how far behind I am on updates now? It's been a couple of months. I'm gonna have like gigs upon gigs of downloading now.
There's a whole new user interface. It looks totally different.
For what?
For the Switch, you start it up. It's
Wait,
totally
what?
new.
Really?
Yeah, that's
you're
totally
screwing
true.
with
I'm
me.
not making that up at all.
I can't tell if I should trust him or
I don't
not.
believe him. I don't believe him. Not in the least. I would have heard about
This
that.
week's podcast, I'm a liar.
Exactly, because
This week.
it is because we would have heard about it in the news, and it's time for the news.
Well, that transition, so good.
Thank you.
That was smooth.
That is my job. It's the one thing I'm supposed to do good, and if I don't do it well, it's people don't like it. So,
Aside from reading and other stuff.
oh yeah. Well, the news this week is all about E3, more or less, because that is all that people are talking about right now is E3. And if y'all don't mind, I'll go ahead and kick things off.
Go for it.
Hitman 2 was announced ahead of E3, and my
Nice.
headphones keep falling off. We will get a new Hitman coming to PC, PS4, Xbox One, November 13th.
Nice.
What I am kind of sad about is, because what they were doing originally with that Hitman that they had launched, when was it, 2 years ago? And started doing the episodic format.
Oh, yeah.
They're not keeping that same launcher to do all the new Hitman stuff in. It's going to be a whole brand new launcher.
Great.
So it's a whole new game.
Yay.
I would have loved to have seen it actually stay with the same interface, because that would have been super interesting. But sadly, they are doing away with. But Hitman 2 is getting some new modes and new features. One is going to be called a Sniper Assassin mode, which features cooperative multiplayer for 2 players.
I thought you were about to say koala for a minute. I was like, I wanted to have a koala.
It features a koala sniper. It hangs on the side of a tree and then turns and shoots Agent 47. While you are Agent 47, supposed to shoot the koala.
It's dressed as Widowmaker the entire time.
Yep. Yes, please. I'll buy it in a heartbeat.
That
So,
sounds cool, though. Any other mode?
That's just, it's everything else is going to be a continuation from last time, where you're going to have the objectives for locating and killing your targets. That whole weekly objective that they put out, that's still going to be kind of a thing that they do. So, and then of course you've got your storyline, which in this one, the game's story centers on a mission to eliminate the elusive Shadow client and unravel his militia.
Ooh.
But when 47 learns his target's true identity and the truth about his past, it changes everything. So if you were big into the Hitman series, this is going to be, I guess, kind of a big game for you then, because you'll find out more about Agent 47's past. I haven't played Hitman, but but I've always been interested in it, and I may actually partake in Hitman 2 just because of the cooperative sniper play.
Well, that
played
Sounds interesting.
I've played the first one, but not enough to really be into it, story-wise. But yeah, I mean, the story, like the game itself, has always been super interesting. I just never really put time into it.
Yeah.
I did play Hitman Go for a while. That was fun.
They're not making any more Go games, by the way.
That's probably for the best.
Well, Dave, go ahead.
It was
Was
a mobile game, yeah.
But okay, see when I hear the word Go, I think of that old board game.
Oh,
and,
you're thinking of the black and the white.
yeah. And I know I had looked up Hitman Go at some point, and a picture of that popped up, and I was like, "That's a really weird way to a really weird theme to go with this game." Like,
Hitman theme Go.
I'm sorry, you said Hitman Go, and all I could think of was Pokemon Go. So I imagine you had a camera, and it uses, or a phone, it uses the camera, and you have to sneak up behind people, and like press the button, and it's like assassinated or something. That would be an awesome game. I'm copywriting that. I'm gonna release it on the phone. I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm out. See you bitches later.
oh, all right. See, when he said Pokemon, I instantly thought of Hitman Lee.
Hitman Lee.
But
Oh,
or Hitman Lee. Yeah,
Hitman Lee.
Hitman Lee. So I was like, huh.
I kind of want to flesh this game out now. Because now I want to play this, because I want to see people sneaking across like the courthouse yard, just like sneaking up on like virtual people and taking them out. Be like, hey, what are you doing over there? I'm killing a dude. Hold on.
It'll be the best because it'll be like you'll see someone sneaking and they got their phone with the bright ass screen shining on their face, sneaking through the dark. And they'll be like, "What are you doing?
Right
I'm
here."
sneaking."
You know what we really need to do? We need to have our own Hitman game for PAX. As we're exploring the convention center, we need to have a group chat, like in Discord or something, sneak up on each other, take pictures, and send it to see who's been taken out.
Oh my gosh.
Just Snapchat it like you're dead.
Yeah.
See, we're full of great ideas here. We need to make a game.
Yeah, this is a video game podcast. Totally not anything about cartoons earlier. Didn't do any of that at all.
Yeah, nothing like that. Anyway,
that's Hitman 2. That's coming November. I think I may actually go ahead and partake and see what it's about and see the.
It sounds
new
interesting.
stuff.
It's something that I might be interested in as well.
So that is on my radar. And what else has piqued my interest this week is last week we had briefly discussed about the Fallout 76. It was
Best game
they had
Bethesda ever.
Go ahead.
I was just commenting on Bethesda's great games.
Yes.
And this is going to be the best one ever.
Yeah, this one, like we were super concerned with, well, like y'all were super concerned with last week, I was a little bit more optimistic, and apparently I was foolish in my thought process. The Fallout 76 is going to end up being a survival crafting game, like
Perfect.
everybody needs.
What an amazing decision.
Yep.
I'm sold. There hasn't been enough survival crafting games, in my opinion.
You know, the way they could improve on this is make it survival crafting while also having a battle royale mode at the same time.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
It'll be the co-op.
And see, we're full of great fucking ideas.
Super good. Bethesda, hit us up. We'll write the game for you. We've already got it down.
And what it really needs is it needs a mode like the Halo the Halo Collector's Edition, where you can hit the back button and it reverts to old graphics. It needs to do that, but turn into Minecraft graphics.
Perfect.
And
Absolutely perfect.
and
Voxels.
it's got to be mobile that uses your camera.
Oh,
Yes.
Yep.
Mhm. Nailed it.
And it's also
Great.
released today. No.
You can go download it in the link description. No. Oh man,
Follow us
I'm,
on
it's-
VGBits for more information about Fallout 76 Mobile Minecraft Battle Royale Edition.
Woo!
no Daniel. Go ahead and continue. I'm sorry. I'm just so disappointed.
It's well, see, the whole thing about Vault 76 is Vault 76 isn't like in the normal vaults that you had with all the other ones with the people. The Vault 76 is actually the vault that has the Vault Tech employees that were stored in it. And this is where it's starting to become more survival crafting, is because their vault technically opens up, I believe what I heard was 20 years after the nuclear war. So
Dang.
radiation levels are high. There's nothing out there left to try to walk into that people have already built. This is the start of it all. So,
Okay. So here's my question. Is it single player or multiplayer?
It is going to be multiplayer.
And that's the first Fallout multiplayer game, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're going to that multiplayer, online multiplayer aspect, like they've done with. I was about to say something that had nothing to do with video games, but everything to do with manufacturing. What's the other series that Bethesda puts out?
Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls. Thank you. I was going to.
Bethesda?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
What did he say?
Bethesda?
Making
Oh,
he's
yeah,
making
he
fun of the
said-
way Dan
Oh.
says Bethesda.
Oh, give me a break.
I wasn't gonna mention it the first time he did. I was like, did he say Bethesda or Bethesda?
This is like the third or fourth time that he's. So I was like, am I hearing him right? Or.
There he
Super
goes.
self-conscious about it.
I'm sorry.
Look, it's the company that puts out Fallout and Skyrim. There, how's that? Did it work
Yeah.
for you? All right.
Yep.
The company
Bethesda.
that puts out Fallout and Skyrim. I'm gonna keep saying that now because you sorry. Anyway, it's gonna be a multiplayer game, and it is more or less a Rust clone.
Great. I'm super excited to not play that now.
I wasn't a fan of the building in Fallout 4.
Yeah, it
So-
wasn't great.
You get more of that.
I wasn't a fan of it in Fallout 4. Like, why did they think it would be a good idea to make an entire game based off of it? And then some.
Because Rust and Ark and all those other games have just done so well.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
They're all
Obviously.
perpetually stuck in freaking early release.
if you
Ark's out of early access.
How long has that took? 2 years?
more than
I
that.
don't know.
It's been more than that. If you think about it, they had released the company that puts out Fallout and Skyrim had just built a brand new engine for Fallout 4, and
Yeah.
they still need to make money off of that engine. So therefore, why not
Yeah.
cobble together a game that will use that and offer online, transactions so they can continuously get money like all these other games that will bleed you to death with nickels and dimes.
You know what I hope this kind of turns out as? Fallout Shelter, but 3D. In the actual world.
Maybe.
That was a fun game, Fallout
That-
Shelter.
It was a lot of
didn't-
fun.
I did enjoy that.
For like a week, it was really good.
That's one of the few mobile games I've been able to play without feeling like I'm stuck on a time limit. Like
Yeah.
all the other games where it's like you build something, it's like, all right, it'll be done in 30 hours. With Fallout Shelter, it felt a little bit different for some of it. I mean, they still had that time frame that you were stuck with, but for the most part, it felt a little bit better. So
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I almost wouldn't mind at least looking at it. I would probably, I don't know, find a way to rent it if I could, or get a key to try out, like in the beta, if they have a beta for it, to see how it turns out.
This E3, they'll probably talk about it. Then
That's true.
decisions can be made during E3 if it looks like something that we'll want to try or not.
Yes, because the company that makes Fallout and Skyrim have their own little announcement show before E3.
Which company is that?
The company that makes Fallout is Skyrim, of course.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the name. What was it?
The company that makes Skyrim and Fallout. That's what they're called. That's their new name. That's what they've changed to.
I'll have
Here.
to Google
That's
that. Hold on.
It's like, it was released in July.
Oh,
Bethesda.
poor Daniel. Dog gives a shit.
By the way, the rumored
Bethesda
release,
Softworks.
the rumored release date for this game is in July.
What,
Of this
really?
year?
Yeah.
Of this year, 2018.
Yeah, July. That would be indicating
What the fuck?
next month
What?
being July.
I'm sorry. There's only one.
Well, think about this. They've already got the engine made. They already have all the assets made. There's not a whole lot you have
That's
to
true.
put in behind it. All you have to do is write out some new scripting for stuff. I mean, they've got a ton of world scripts that they could even use for some of this stuff. They just throw a multiplayer engine into Fallout 4 and tweak a few things here or there. Got a new game. I mean, think New Vegas, except, shittier.
Great.
There's
That is
only-
crazy.
There's only one survival crafting game that still is awesome, like today, that I would highly recommend, and it's single player, and that's Subnautica.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I've been wanting to try that.
That is an amazing survival crafting game because it's not just survival crafting. It's got
Yeah.
a whole story that you got to.
Survival crafting should never be the central game point. It should be, this is just how you play through the game. Here's all this awesome shit that you're going to do. So you have a reason to go build a house. This is why you need a house.
And Subnautica was so well done. I like
Yeah.
whenever you Cody. Whenever you decide to try it out or play it, please let me know. I want to watch because
Okay.
I want to see your reactions because it's going to be so good.
See,
Anyway.
I would love to try it. It's on sale this week too. It's only $20.
Ta-da!
There you go.
Maybe.
All
We'll
the
see.
things.
You see, that's why you watch VGBits so you can get great deals on awesome games.
Yes, offer ends
And-
June
and-
11th.
And pay us for our awesome ideas.
So by the time this podcast comes out, it won't be on sale anymore.
Yep.
It'll probably end the day of,
Because-
or like the night
That-
of.
That's what happened with the last podcast. I mentioned that there was a Mario Tennis demo. I downloaded it that day and it ended that night. And I was like, shit.
Yeah, this podcast will probably be up on Tuesday like last time because I don't
Oh, wow.
I have not got my my editing beast of a laptop. I've got to purchase that,
Did you
so
order that new laptop?
I haven't ordered it yet. I've got to actually ordered it. What I did end up doing is I ordered some new parts for Big Blue. So
Oh, nice.
Big Blue is fixing to go to 32 gigs of RAM and a terabyte solid state
Ooh.
drive.
Nice.
So rendering will be like that,
Very cool.
which is what I really want. Which is why that beast of a laptop has 32 gigs of RAM and a Quadro 3000 NVIDIA.
Blimey.
It is going to be
Dang.
a beastly laptop.
Blimey.
Hey, Athos.
So that's my news for the week.
I would like to say, before we get too far from the topic of Fallout 76, I think that Bethesda could potentially make a good game in the way of survival crafting. I think that they could do something like Skid said about, maybe following along how Subnautica went, if they do something that well done. And I'd say maybe even like half as adventurous as Ark Survival Evolved, because I've loved playing that game. I know a lot of people are not fans of it, but bringing dinosaurs in and stuff like that, and this kind of like sci-fi prehistoric, starting from scratch gameplay, it's been a lot of fun to just explore and face these new creatures and these monsters that you've never seen before. So I think it's possible that they could do it. We just have to wait and see if they can actually make that happen.
I want dinosaurs in Fallout 76 now. It's like,
As
oh
soon as-
shit, was that a T-Rex?
As soon as it's on PC, you'll see it, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, we will get to find out Sunday, June 10th at 6:30 Pacific time is when they will have their press conference, and we will see.
Sounds
what
good. Well,
is-
I'll be
Alright.
tuning into that for sure. Just
Find
to
out
see.
just how bad
There is.
this is going to be.
If I remember, I may actually tune in for an E3 for once.
Tuning in.
I'll remind you.
When did you say it was?
Sunday, June 10th,
Sunday.
6:30
Tomorrow.
p.m. Pacific.
Yep, tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
All right.
I'll send
Or
you
2
a
days
reminder.
ago for all our listeners at home. It was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So you just if you if you have a Google phone or a Siri Android, if you have one of those things that'll let you just talk into it and it'll give you a reminder, and it'll remind you of things. That is how.
Hello, computer.
Computer. Warp speed. No.
I think I'll go next.
Yeah, that's my news. Go ahead.
On-
I'll make fun of
Okay.
everybody else now.
So I'm gonna touch a little bit on something I mentioned last week. The rumor of the Star Fox racer. There's been leaks published around the internet. I think it's a company called Retro Studios that made Metroid Prime and Donkey Kong Country
Mhm.
Returns are the ones that are out at work on the Star Fox Racer game called Star Fox Grand
Oh,
Prix.
very cool.
A Reddit user claimed that it will feature elements of F-Zero and Diddy Kong Racing.
Perfect.
How do you merge those two together?
I don't know. With-
real
with-
careful, and then just
With an adventure mode,
banging at it.
like, but that'd be great because it's like they claim that it will have features of elements of F-Zero and Diddy Kong Racing with an adventure mode and a hub world, which
Very cool.
two things that I really enjoyed in Diddy Kong Racing
Yeah.
and F-Zero. So that's a big hope. Like at first I was kind of like, a Star Fox Racing game? What? But now like hearing a little bit about that, like the rumors are kind of getting me a little like, oh man, that would be great to see. I hope they do have something like that. That would be awesome. Good old Walmart leaked another game that was supposed to be announced at E3, Just Cause 4.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah.
That was Steam. That was a Steam like that.
Really?
Was it Steam? I heard it was Walmart.
Because when you open up Steam, like when
It
you
was
first launch it,
both.
and it shows up all the new stuff. It was like, boom, pre-order Just Cause 4, and they
Well, there you
took
go.
it back down.
I think Walmart
was
did
both.
it too. But
Walmart accidentally leaked Rage
Rage
2,
2. That's what
Just
Walmart
Cause
did.
4. They leaked a bunch of stuff by accident.
So yeah, Just Cause 4. I'm excited for that because Just Cause is a fantastic game.
Great series.
Rage. I actually did enjoy Rage 1. Rage 2 might be pretty good. This one's for Curtis. I know a confirmed game that will be talked about at E3, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh yeah.
So
Odyssey.
we can see an assassin jump around in a desert world and go fight
Intriguing.
Bowser, who has trying to marry Princess Peach.
You beat me to it. I was going to say, Mario team up to take out Bowser.
Yeah, they team up. No, it's called Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I have no idea what it's about, but that sounds interesting.
I hope it ships. I'm hoping
It's gonna be
for
Greek.
ships.
No, you will not.
I was gonna
have
say
ships.
Greek and ships.
Well, okay,
That's-
you're gonna have ships, but it's gonna be a truncated version of
Black
like the
Flag.
ships that you
Homer's
had
Odyssey.
seen. It's more or less fleet control, so you can micromanage a fleet to gain money and stuff.
Oh,
So
that's
it's CRTS.
Yeah, kind of stuff like that
Huh.
is what I am hearing right now.
hopefully it's good. I heard that they did really good on the previous Assassin's Creed. What was it called? Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yeah, well, they went.
Yeah, that was the
I heard they
Egypt
did
one,
really.
right?
I heard they did really good on that one. So I'm hoping they do good on this one too. Dead or Alive 6 was announced.
Awesome.
Fighting game
Love Dead or Alive.
for those who are big into
reasons.
fighting games. For reasons.
for reasons.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
I'm just kidding. It is a good fighting game.
TJ's like, there are two specific
fighting in it?
reasons why.
There's fighting.
There's
There's also
fighting in it?
volleyball, which is great too. But you know, great series.
The last bit of news I have was something I wanted to mention last week, but I forgot. I'm glad I'm able to mention it this week because as of today of this recording of this podcast, it's still got 23 days to go. It's a Kickstarter that I wanted to bring to light. Last week we were talking about Pokemon
Yes.
and how shitty all of them are
Yes.
lately, and how cool it would be to see a good like Pokemon type game come out.
Maybe.
This is a Pokemon type game. It's an multiplayer Pokemon type game. It's called Tim on Kickstarter, and it is already
TIM?
TEM.
Timmy.
Look it up. Look at the video. Check it out for yourselves. It looks really good. It's going to be like an MMO Pokemon type game. It's called. It's a massive multiplayer creature collection adventure. Is what it's called.
Massive multiplayer creature collection adventure.
Yes, and it's already at 204,000 of its $70,000 gold.
Gold?
And as of today, it's got 23 days left. And I would highly suggest looking at it, seeing if it's something that you would want. I pledged to it. I'm looking forward to it. The creatures that they show in the gameplay so far actually look really interesting. I like the way it looks. Very bright, vivid colors.
They look like Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
Old gen Pokemon. I don't know
Yeah.
much about new gen, but I don't see any trash bags currently.
It looks like old gen type creatures that you'd see in the original
Trash bag
Pokemon.
was first gen.
The trash bag was first gen.
I'm just saying. I know I talk a lot of shit about new generation Pokemon, but trash. I forget his name now, but the trash bag was first.
I don't remember there being a trash bag in.
If they
You're talking
Anyway.
about Muck or Grimer?
No, Muck and Grimer were still. They were just piles of gross.
Yeah. Anyway.
I would just suggest looking it up on Kickstarter yourself, seeing if it's something that you're interested. It's something that I saw and I was like, ooh, I like this. I like the idea. It looks good. Like I said, it's at $204,000 right now. If they reach $250,000, it'll be released on Nintendo Switch as well. So
Oh, nice.
that would be cool.
Get
They're going to have a
ready.
Nintendo Switch release if they really reach 250,000.
Get ready to pay $5.99 for that online functionality, by the way. I've killed
Pay
everybody.
Cut out.
Hold on.
Oh, I cut out?
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was just me.
Pay $5.99 for what?
That online functionality, because Nintendo Switch will be launching their new
that's right.
online
Yeah, if-
service, so
right.
don't think it'll be free. Just
Right,
a
but-
reminder.
But on the plus side, it's also being released for Steam, Windows.
Yes.
So,
Okay. Yeah, $20
Also-
to get a copy of the game when it launches.
yeah.
How has this
Also, just
not...
to correct my error real quick.
Go
I
ahead.
just want to correct. Trebush was not first gen. Trebush is a trash bag.
Yes.
What gen was
Okay.
he?
It was like fourth. He's like 567 or something. So that's whatever generation that was.
That's one of the newer gens, I think. A couple years ago, at least.
Anyway, Daniel, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, how have they not caught the interest of the Pokemon company yet, and basically received a cease and desist on this? Oh gosh, a cease and desist, whatever.
Why should they? Everything.
This is
Like, there-
100% of a clone of Pokemon right now.
Honestly, it looks better than what they have for Pokemon as it is right now.
Well, yes.
Like graphic-wise.
Yes, it is. I mean, I'm not gonna argue
Sorry.
with that, but wow.
Maybe they have just enough difference that they can get away with it. Who knows?
Yeah, but it does look...
It's not like a lot of the other cease and desists that have happened that are just called Metroid, another Metroid 2 remake, or Pokemon. What was it? Pokemon
Zeta and Omicron.
Zeta. Yeah, like it's not just a
Uranium.
blatant. Like it's not. Yeah. Uranium was the one I was thinking of. It's not called Pokemon Tim.
Well, I know, but I'm just. I mean,
like
okay.
that.
For me, I look at this and I'm going, "Wow, this is exactly like Pokemon." And I have seen companies go to bat over smaller things when it's systems and information like this. This is copying more or less their their entire system.
This Kickstarter has already been going on for 30 days. Like, it started at like 60 days, so it's already been going on for a little while. Which is why I wanted to mention it last week. But here's hoping that it continues, because what I see, I like a lot.
I mean, it's really cool.
Yeah. Here's hoping, like, Nintendo's going to get a lot of flack if they do another cease and desist on this, because there's
I think it's
4,000
different enough.
Yeah.
I don't.
There's
Just watching
4,000.
the video on their Kickstarter. This is, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't,
It's worth a look.
I don't know if it's going to be different enough, but I hope it makes it through its Kickstarter and they don't try to crack down on this, because this looks really good. But man,
Honestly, I'd say
No, I get you.
Digimon has more of a claim against him.
do what?
I don't know.
Like, watching the video just makes me think of Digimon.
It did make me think of Digimon a little bit too, but it definitely echoes more of what Pokemon has than it does what Digimon has. I mean, the fact that you come into random battles by walking through tall grass.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's not even
I don't know. I just wanted to bring light to
Pokemon
it because
exclusive. Yeah.
it's
true.
something that I'm interested in. It's something that looks really good. Listen to this little thing on here and tell me like Nintendo's not gonna try and come crashing down on them for this. Catch new Tim on Omninesia's floating islands. Battle other tamers on the sandy beaches of Deniz, or trade with your friends on Tukuma's ash-covered fields. Defeat the ever-annoying Clan Belsoto and end its plot to rule over Archipelago. Beat all 8 dojo leaders and become the ultimate Tim tamer.
I'm telling you.
That's a little too on the nose.
Yeah.
Okay, here on their Kickstarter page, right under about where it says the game, every kid dreams about becoming a Tim tamer, exploring the 6 islands of the airborne archipelago, discover new species, and making good friends along the way. Now it's your turn to embark on an epic adventure and make those dreams come true. All I've ever heard about for Pokemon is everybody dreams to be a Pokemon master and
They
be a
just want to be the
tamer
best.
and be the best. This is wow. That's a
Make
Wish
those
they'd
lot
go
of
with a better name,
similarities.
'cause
Make those dreams
Tim
come true.
Tamer sounds stupid.
Make those dreams come true on the 6 islands of airborne Bethsaida.
Yeah. Shut up.
No, I don't know. There's a lot of similarities, and I don't know. Maybe Nintendo will come crashing down on it, but it's got a lot of support. I just hope it makes it through, because it's something that I like. It
It's
looks something
neat.
like
I hope-
something that I'd play.
I really hope. Pardon me. I really hope it makes it too. But boy, I can't see how this doesn't have a big freaking target painted all over it, especially
Yeah.
considering you have Let's Go, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu coming out soon, and then in 2019 you have the brand new Pokemon series that's the insert into the it's the new launch of whatever it is going to be, like Crystal Butts or whatever.
Yeah.
Crystal Butt?
Crystal Butt.
Ah. Pokemon and the Legend of the Crystal Butt.
Yes.
I'd buy it.
You get Crystal Butt and Diamond Feet.
Ew. I'll go with the butt.
As long as it's a shapely butt.
Yeah, that's true. I was reading more on the Kickstarter, and it even states how the Tim are made. It says Tim scientists achieved the creation of the first digital Tim while studying new breeding techniques, and thus this has spurred the development of various commodities to help tamers on their adventures. So they're digital, like Digimon.
Ooh. Wow.
and it looks like they're trapped in cards. So I mean, if this doesn't get shut
Yu-Gi-Oh,
down,
Digimon, and Pokemon. It's like trying to target all the big card games. Just like, look at us.
yeah.
We're doing everything you couldn't. Awesome.
Wow. All right.
I
Well,
think it looks good. It looks great.
I hope to see this succeed. Hopefully, Nintendo will forget about it.
Or hopefully if they do take it to court, court finds it different enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have they even have like a timeline. Like they look very professional. It's not just like, hey, look at this demo of this game that we got.
Yeah.
Support us. They're very professional. They even have a timeline down here.
Oh my goodness.
Like right now it says June is the Kickstarter. Then for November they got Alpha Begins, and April is of 2019 is Alpha Content Update 1 and 2, and final release is supposedly May of 2020.
Boy, this is coinciding right with Nintendo's other Pokemon releases.
I mean, they said that this game has already been in production for 5 years, I think. Is what they said. Tim, I mean. No, never mind. No, they've just been developing games for over 5 years, period. So I don't know how long this has been under development, but this game, I don't know. It looks good. I hope Nintendo's like, you know, I don't know. It looks good.
This is gonna get ugly, I predict, in the future. Let's watch this very closely moving forward. Okay. So
as far as news goes, that's all I've got.
Okay. Gentlemen.
Reading
I no
more.
longer have news, so Cody, go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to say, reading more into Tim, it looks like it may not be online multiplayer in the sense that you can go adventuring with other people, but only interacting and battling or trading and talking. So, we'll see.
Sorry, I was just reading one of these things in the comments of this Kickstarter. But, no, never mind. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. So for me, in way of news, after our podcast ended last week, it was I think the very next day, it was announced that D&D is getting another adventure through the Waterdeep setting. The one I mentioned last week was Dragon Heist, and the one that they're coming out with is Dungeon of the Mad Mage, which is based in the Tavern of the Yawning Portal, which is what Tales of the Yawning Portal, which is one of the supplemental guides, which I actually have on my shelf, right over here, right there. It's based in that, and apparently there's like a catacomb or a dungeon beneath the tavern itself that these tales from the Yawning Portal were told from that you can go adventure in. So that's pretty cool. They're both available for pre-order right now at $24.99 a piece. Yeah. So
Very cool.
that was one thing I wanted to update on. I also had completely forgotten about this and wanted to mention the death of John Total Biscuit Bain on May 24th, I believe is when it was, of this year. He died too young. He was 33 years old, and he died of cancer, unfortunately. He was well known as a video game critic and esports caster, specifically for StarCraft, one of his beloved games. I know he grew big in the StarCraft community. So just wishing him, his family well, and the community and his friends and everyone that was really close to him. So, and then to try and end it on something a little bit more lighthearted for me, this is something I messaged you all about when I discovered a local game store. The Super Retro Trio 3 Plus, which is let me look at the picture real quick. I have it on Amazon. It is a NES, SNES, and Sega Genesis console. It's a 3-in-1 console that is supposed to be a hardware emulation instead of a software emulation, and actually takes the cartridges. You put in the cartridges and are able to play these games on a console that is only $80.
I've still got to do a little bit more research into that because I'm curious to see how they're emulating the hardware. Because, like with analog, I know how they're emulating the hardware, they've described it in detail. So this is interesting. I need to read more about it.
Yeah, I would definitely do some more research before I attempted to put any money in that myself. Just considering that most of these consoles you can't find for as cheap as $80, maybe at 80, maybe a little bit more. So it's cool that they have a potential console that is emulating the hardware for these that you can put the actual cartridges in and hook up either legacy controllers or the controllers that come with it. So you can do either or.
I'd be interested to see if it's dumping the cartridge into its RAM and playing it from there, or if it's actually playing it off the cartridge itself. Because if it's dumping the cartridge into its RAM, then all it's doing is just emulating the game. So
I don't see much in the way of like specs here on their website.
Given its price point, I think it's still running the same way that Hyperkin's Retron 5's running. Which is basically doing that.
That's my gut, but the fact that they're saying that it's hardware emulation is
at least that's what the guy at the store told me.
He told you it was hardware. It's not the actual game console itself saying it's hardware.
Let me try and get back there. I was just on their website.
The Hyperkin's consoles do the same thing. They read the cartridges and then dump it into RAM and run it off software emulation.
Yeah, this is how a lot of those people will make copies of the games.
Yeah.
ROMs. They'll just use consoles like that and just dump the actual game off of the cartridge. Which, I mean, it's completely legal to do as long as you own the game. You can have a copy of a backup.
Yeah. No, I'm not finding anything on their website that specifically states that it is a hardware emulation or how it works.
Okay.
But one of the cool things is it does have the built-in HDMI upscaling. So that's nice instead of having to go through a converter, as well as still having the, can't remember the technical name for it, but the red, yellow, white connectors.
Composite?
Yeah, composite. Thank you.
At least I know how to say that.
Yeah.
I would have cried if you said compost.
Compost?
Like, no, that's poop.
Thanks, TJ. Thanks for that. Thanks for believing.
Sorry.
But yeah, supposedly they're coming out with an updated version of it sometime soon. So.
All right, well, I'll keep my eye on it. I can't talk today, as we all know, and I'll do a little bit more research into that too. So I'm super curious.
Yeah, so that's I think that's it for me. I don't think I have anything else cool going on.
All right, well, that is going to be the news for the week, and now we're going to be moving on into one of my favorite segments, the only email. If you have an email that you want read on the VGBit BitCast, you can send your emails to bitcast@vgbits.com. That's BITCAST @vgbits.com. We will read them. Guys, we got an email this week.
We read good.
I read good. I memorize things well. I just don't know how to say them. So the subject line of the email is email. Missed hearing that. This is from Icarus, who flew too high, saying, "Hype that you guys are back. Missed the vids. Glad everything turned out all right. And I guess since this week will be E3, I'll ask what you guys are expecting to be revealed, and what are your thoughts on what was actually revealed. Now, we'll have to do a follow-up on what was actually revealed next week, whenever E3 is finalized and is done, but...
This will be fun.
Huh?
This will be fun. It'll be like a game. We'll see who's right and who's wrong.
All right, well, considering most of all E3 has already leaked, let us begin. I tell you what, I'll break open this pinata first.
Last Guardian. Oh.
Last Guardian?
No.
Stole my idea. No, I'm expecting. Okay, Nintendo's gonna be Nintendo. I think they have potential 9 full price games that are supposed to be launching this year for the holiday. None of them, from what I recall, sounded anything interesting except for maybe Mario Aces, and which they have the demo that ended already, unfortunately. And
That's the tennis one, right?
yeah.
Okay.
And then of course the Pokemon games that are coming too, but I'm not super into Pokemon myself. So it'll but Smash will be announced. They will be talking about Smash this week at E3. I am positive of that. And we will get to see Sakurai Soul Crush ever so slightly denser until one day he will turn into a black hole. Because
As long as he keeps turning out good Smash games, I don't care how he dies. That's not fair. That's mean.
this man, I can't believe he continues to go back and punishes himself over this. But time
It's ridiculous
after
how
time.
much work he puts into him.
He does so much into it, and then it just at some point he's just got to kind of stop, and there just needs to be let somebody else take over. It ruins him pretty much. I think it's already ruined his marriage.
Really?
I believe so. If I'm not mistaken.
I want to say that sounds familiar.
What's the story behind this? He's just the guy who makes the Smash Brothers games, yeah?
Yeah, well, Smash is huge, man.
Yeah.
And he puts so much time and effort into it because, one, it's a Nintendo property, and it's Nintendo. You have to be pretty much perfect when it comes to a Nintendo game, when you release a Nintendo game. If you put out anything subpar, well, you're judged pretty heavily. So I can see it. I mean, it's kind of soul crushing, but man, when you put out a great game and everybody loves it and it sells like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just about everyone I know knows about Smash Brothers or plays it or loves it. I don't really care.
So that's my guess or that's what I was saying for Nintendo. Xbox is going to be Xbox. They're not going to have really any good exclusives yet, even though they're launching they've launched their exclusives platform where you pay, what was it, $6.99 a month and you get access to all the Xbox titles. They're not going to launch anything. They're not going to launch anything to make it worthwhile. So it's just going to be like Sea of Thieves is pretty much going to be it that's available on there right now, I think. Probably announce some more backwards compatible games, I would guess. It's Xbox. That's what they're doing right now. And Sony, you know what? I think Sony's going to have a quiet E3. I haven't really heard anything from them. They've kind of really blown their load leading up to E3 this year. So I don't really expect anything from Sony. If they put something out, I'm going to be surprised. How about that? So that's my guesses for E3. And we'll see if I'm wrong or if I'm right about some of that next time. Who wants to go next?
I'll go because I know next to nothing, so I don't want to bore you guys for too long. My guess is probably going to be more information about the Kingdom Hearts game because they don't have a release date for that yet, do they?
I think it's sometime this year.
They just have this year is all
this year. Okay, so maybe some more information about Kingdom Hearts because I know that is a highly anticipated game that a lot of people are looking forward to.
Very
and
much.
I almost want to buy a PS4 just to be able to play it, but I haven't kept up with any of the other games, like any of the handheld games, only Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. So, but I'm hoping to hear a little bit more on that. I want to go so far as to say another Call of Duty.
Blops 4, you know.
Oh yeah, I forgot they announced that.
They've
already.
announced that. It actually, if you look at Blizzard's launcher, Blops 4 is down there underneath Destiny 2 for
Really?
Yes, it is.
I don't know how I feel about that being on a Blizzard launcher.
Well, I mean, it's Destiny's right next to it. It's Activision owns Blizzard, so they're taking over the Blizzard launcher.
Well, they tried to rename the Blizzard launcher.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
no
a
one
while
was having
back
that.
it was BattleNet, and then they tried to rename it to Blizzard, and then
Yeah.
everybody got pissed off about that. They were not happy.
Yeah.
So now it's back.
Yeah,
to
I
BattleNet.
mean, it's been BattleNet since like Marathon.
Forever.
Yeah, like way back in the day. Warcraft and Starcraft and Diablo.
Yeah, Warcraft, Starcraft, Diablo, Marathon, like all of those.
I don't know what Marathon is.
Marathon was, I think, one of their first forays into first-person shooter. It looked like Wolfenstein.
Okay.
It looked like the original Wolfenstein, similar to that, and it was, think Halo, but before Halo. You were the human race fighting against aliens, and the aliens, if I remember right, looked similar to the Covenant. So in the actual Halo universe, there's a lot of references to Marathon, even the Marathon symbol, which is like those two fins coming up around a circle in the center.
Yeah.
That's the Marathon symbol. So there's a lot of references to Marathon. So Marathon is considered like the precursor to Halo in a lot of circles.
That's cool.
But, yeah, it was a fun game. It was really good. Scared me when I was a kid. Yeah, you can. I think you can actually still play it. They have the games available somewhere. Nope, that's an oil company. Whoops.
Knowing Blizzard, it's in their store, and it's just like, here, you can play it. It's free. Whatever.
No, it's actually on a website called Aleph One or Alephone. It's Aleph One. Okay. It just looks like Alephone. ALEPHONE. If you Google that, you can find Marathon 1, 2, or Marathon 2 Darendal and Marathon Infinity, which is the third installation. And I believe they're all free.
Aleph 1 or Alpha 1?
ALEF or EPHONE.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Aleph 1, weird.
Yeah. It is actually Aleph. It's not Bethesda.
Yeah, somebody trying to call you out there.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, other than that, I don't know enough about various IPs that have been released recently that I could think of another one coming out. I stopped playing the Halo games because I don't have the Xbox One. So, yeah, someone else now.
All right, TJ.
Go ahead, Skid. Oh, you're pointing at me.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say Nintendo's gonna announce their virtual console for the Switch.
There won't be one. I'm guaranteeing that.
Shut up! Shut up!
So I'll go
I just
against
want to
you
play
on
old
that.
games on my Switch, man.
You ain't gonna get it, so I'll go against you on that. We'll see who's right.
That's really all I got for expectations.
New
I'm not really
console.
I don't think there's gonna be new consoles for a while.
You
They keep half-stepping
Next year.
upgrades instead of doing like big generations.
will see.
New handheld?
You will see an announcement for a new console next year.
And it'll be the Xbox One XS.
Yes. Xbox One XS, One Xbox. Say that to
360 no
It's
scope.
gonna look like those gamer tags. It's gonna be big X, little X, Xbox One, and big X, little X. and then there'll be the Xbox One X 420.
Blaze it.
That'll be the tagline, is blaze it.
Blazing fast. It'll be like all SSDs, 60 gigabytes of RAM.
I'm stoked. It'll be 69 gigabytes.
That's fair. Okay.
Awesome. That's all I got. What do you guys, kid?
With 4K. Don't forget about 4K.
Oh yeah.
The
I'll be
Xbox.
8K by then.
All right, for me, I guess, like Daniel said, they already have, like, it seems like there's been a bunch of leaks and announcements, like, before even E3 has come up. So
Yeah.
I'm going to try and not mention any of those. We already know that Fallout 76 is going to be released in July, apparently. So I think Bethesda is going to announce a new Elder Scrolls. I'm going to say that they'll announce a new Elder Scrolls and be like, oh, it'll come out 2022 or something. You know, who knows the date? But I think they'll announce it.
That's fair.
I'll make that I'm gonna actually make a. Yeah. Let's see.
I'd try
Skyrim
to-
for mobile.
Skyrim Mobile.
Yeah. I'm thinking they're going to announce Elder Scrolls 6 is what I think they're going to announce.
I would definitely play that too. I
If
still have to
not,
go back and play
you know,
Morrowind.
like I don't. It may not happen because they still have Elder Scrolls Online that they're making a bunch of crap for. But there's it's out
Yeah.
there now. So
I guess
um,
that did kind of come out between Skyrim and where we are now, didn't it?
Yes.
yeah, kind of 76. So maybe they'll have an announcement for something like that. Let me think. Sony will. Well, Daniel said he's not sure if they'll announce anything because, like he said, they kind of blew their load before E3 came out.
They always do. They they kind of shoot everything out in France. What is that show that they do in France? I can't remember. I know where the locations are. I just don't remember what the shows are called.
I don't know. They Sony the past couple of E3s has had some pretty nice shows where they do announce or show something new, at least one or two things new during their big shows with like an orchestra and stuff like that. So they might. I think they'll announce something new. I just don't know what it will be. You know what? They're probably going to talk about that game Days Gone or whatever, that zombie game that I'm not at all interested in.
Paris Game Week, that's what it's called.
They might talk about that, but I think Square Enix is gonna make a small mention of Final Fantasy VII Remake just to be like, we're still working on it. Don't worry.
It'll be out in
They
2025.
won't show any gameplay. They won't show anything. They'll just be like, it's in the works.
Here's a new trailer.
No, they won't show a trailer. They won't show anything on it. They'll just be like, and now Final Fantasy VII Remake, and the crowd will be like, yeah, and it's like coming soon, still being in development. Fades out, and it goes to the new game. And now for whatever, and the crowds will be like, yeah. No, I guess that's really all that I really have. I can't think of anything. Microsoft they'll talk more about some. I mean, a lot of what they talk about almost every single year is their sports games and racing games. So they'll probably have some more of that. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I do know what's going to be shown, and it's going to be heavily shown. And it's going to be pointless as it has been every time they show it. And it's going to be as weird as every time they show it, and it's going to be more Death Stranding.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I forgot
That's
about
what
that.
they'll
They're going to be like, look at this new cutscene. It's fucking
They're
creepy
gonna-
as fuck.
Yeah, they're gonna show more Death. They're gonna show more Death Stranding. Hideo Kojima's gonna walk out on stage and be like, and then the crowd will go wild.
Yeah, they'll love it. Eat it up, and he won't say
He'll
anything else
just-
about the stupid
He won't say
game.
anything. He'll walk out. Yeah.
Did you ever notice that if the two trailers that they put out for Death Stranding, if you play them at the same time, that the baby disappears from the first, when it disappears in the first trailer, it appears in the second trailer at the exact same moment?
All right.
I
I know what I'm YouTube.
I try not to watch these
I'm-
videos.
I'm gonna check it out after the podcast, I think. But
There's side-by-side videos out there of this.
yeah, knowing them, they'll be like, well, wasn't that Sony that did that last time that showed Death Stranding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna.
So yeah,
it's PS4.
they're gonna show him coming out, and he'll be like, yeah, and the crowd will go wild, and he'll be like, I got a new trailer for you, and then it'll be like some high definition CGI of Norman Reedus, like coughing up a baby as the baby's doing this, and then everybody, like after it ends, the crowd will just be silent.
And you hear one guy way off in the back go, "What the hell?"
But that'll be that. That's a good, that'll happen at some point. Microsoft, actually, something I am hoping to see from Microsoft is more of Ori and the Whisper of Winds, or I forget what the title of it was, but it's the sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest. I really loved that game. I'm hoping to see a little bit more of that on the Microsoft show.
It sounds like a late '80s sitcom, The Microsoft Show,
The Microsoft
starring Hideo Kojima.
The Microsoft show.
It's what you'd see on old satellite television where it was like on Tech TV. The Microsoft show.
Yeah.
I went way far back and nobody knows what Tech TV is. I'm sorry.
I remember Tech TV. It was great.
I know
Tech
what.
TV
Yeah,
Tech TV
I know.
I remember the name, but I don't know if I ever watched it.
Man, Leo
It was-
Laporte and Patrick. What's his name? Dang it, Patrick.
Swayze. I don't know.
Patrick Swayze.
I don't know.
He showcased this movie Ghost.
I don't know. Is Ubisoft going to have a show this year? Probably. I don't know what to expect from them.
I actually-
Far Cry 7.
A new
There you
Rainbow
go.
Six.
I actually just saw a tweet about Dead Space. Someone's wanting a new Dead Space, a Dead Space 4.
That's already been
Nope.
ruined.
Nope.
That's already been ruined. Like
ruined?
they got rid of the company that was
really?
in charge of it. Yeah, the
Yeah.
company was canned.
I
That
did
made
not know about
the
that.
original Dead Spaces. Yeah, that was a while back. The company got canned. They're gone.
Smeared shit
So
all
if they
over
make a new Dead Space, it'll be a new company. It'll be completely different. It'll be shit. And even Dead Space 3. I'm going off on a tangent.
I was
here.
gonna say, no,
don't
go
need to
ahead,
go off
say
on a
it.
tangent. I don't. I don't really need to go off on a huge tangent. I just want to say Dead Space 3 wasn't that great because EA was like, focus more on multiplayer, and
Yeah.
Dead Space 1 and 2 were more the creator of Dead Space and the story wanted to get more into the dementia that Isaac had, with seeing Nicole and all this stuff going on around him. And I was like, yes, more of that, please. But EA was like, multiplayer or nothing.
I mean, instead they gave the dementia spoilers.
The Dead Space 3 is
You-
kind of
you know
old
what I
now,
mean.
and it's dead, so it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Oh well, they gave the dementia instead to his partner Carver,
Right.
and Carver
yeah.
was the one going insane instead of Isaac this time around, which was strange.
This is for EA. Anyway,
I was like, what's wrong, Carver? I got what you got last time. Oh, how'd you get rid of it? New game? I don't know.
new game. Yeah. I don't. If they announce a new Dead Space 4 or a Dead Space 4, I'm not going to be excited for it. I'm just, I'm not. Meh. That's what I have to say about that. Meh. Ubisoft is going to have some crazy show, like they always do. They'll have some dancers come on, or some weird shit happen that just will make everybody be kind of like, huh. I mean, not as crazy as Death Stranding, but it'll be like, what were they doing?
The whole time it'll be just this huge distraction that leads like, did they announce
Oh,
anything?
you know
Like,
what?
no.
You know what Ubisoft is going to talk about? Ubisoft is going to talk about For Honor. That's what they're going to talk about.
For Honor, Rainbow Six.
They're going to talk about
Stuff we're
For
doing For
Honor.
our games.
The crossover between all their platforms.
You know, I'm still considering picking up For Honor.
Do it.
It's not bad. Like it's a pretty good game. It's
Is
just
it still alive and doing all right?
I don't
Oh, yeah, it's
know.
Still got a community, yeah.
I guess it still has a community. I haven't played it since like it first released or since like beta. I got into beta and I played it and I enjoyed the heck out of that.
Oh,
But
they-
I
I
haven't
know,
played it
I know
since
they've
then.
done a lot of updates to it. It's a very
Yeah.
different game now.
They'll probably
Hmm.
talk about that. For Honor is what the Ubisoft will talk about. What other shows are there? I don't know. Those are my predictions.
All right. Well, there you have it. That is E3 in a nutshell right there. We have all said everything. We have all said everything that is going to happen. So now it's your turn. You will go out, you will watch, and then you will criticize us in the end. And then we will make fun of ourselves next week whenever everything comes to light. So, gentlemen, thank you for joining me on the podcast this week.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
As always a pleasure.
It is
Super
It's nice
fun
to be the odd one out.
At least you weren't targeted because you could not say anything properly today.
Say what
We'd be
properly?
friends if we didn't make fun of you.
Bethesda. Stick with that. It is Bethesda. And plus, I can't talk quite right because I'm still stuffed up.
That's okay. I mean,
I
to
don't
be
care
fair,
if you're going to say it's Bethesda.
I wasn't trying to call you out on it and be mean. I was just trying to clarify if that's what you were referring to.
I have
I
always
mean-
called it Bethesda for forever.
Really?
I mean, you
Yes.
gotta give him a break. GIF. He says GIF.
I say GIF.
Oh.
GIF is the right way to say it.
Oh,
Kidding,
oh.
I'm kidding. I'm
Oh,
kidding.
yeah. Oh, okay. You're,
Oh,
if you're a GIF
right, I
guy,
remember now.
you're
Yeah.
a GIF guy. It makes all the sense in the world there. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, GIF, Bethesda. It's not GIF and
Terrible.
Bethesda.
Yeah, GIF, Bethesda. That's what, exactly
GIF
what
and
it's supposed to
Bethesda.
be. All
Peanut
right.
butter made by Bethesda.
I'm telling you, he said it was a homage to the peanut butter company, but you know what? I don't know anything at all here, apparently. So thank you for tuning in this week. This has been episode 23 of the BitCast. We are back, and we are rolling harder than ever, apparently. So we will see you next week on the podcast.
Where I might be in the studio.
It's true.
Hey.
We may actually have to record the podcast early next week.
And I will not be in the studio.
No.
You'll be right there.
I'll be right here.
Yeah.
I was like, which way is it there?
We make a little
But
heart.
yeah,
Everybody make a
I'll
heart.
let you finish.
Just, turn
Oh.
your head.
Are we dabbing?
No!
Stop it.
Goodbye, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye.